Everybody, welcome to Stanford. My name is Brett Moore, Assistant Director of Daniel Tublin, who's joined with us today, handling our Snapchat this afternoon, and all the other student athletes here have done it over the past few weeks. So I'm going to go around the room here, ask everybody to say their name, their year, major, and sport. We'll start with the Allens across the way here.
I'm Marcus Allen. I'm a sophomore. I'm a psych major, and I play basketball.
Malcolm Allen. I'm a sophomore as well. I'm a psych major, and I play basketball.
Barry Sanders, a junior, communications major in football.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany Howard. I'm a junior. I'm an STS major, which is Science, Technology, and Society, and I'm on the women's volleyball team.
Hey everybody, I'm Daniel Tublin. I'm a redshirt senior on the men's volleyball team, and I'm getting a master's in public policy.
Hi everyone, I'm Lili Thompson. I'm a sophomore on the women's basketball team, and I'm a major in Science, Technology, and Society.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us. So a little background of what we do when we give everybody the reins to our Snapchat account. We give them very little direction. We kind of give them the freedom to do whatever they want. Stay positive, have fun, kind of play to the 14, 16-year-old demographic that Snapchat is home to a lot of those people. And snap Stanford things, you know, the weather, the Hoover Tower, class, athletics, just anything in the day of the life of a Stanford student athlete. So I'll ask everybody here to talk about their experience. You know, what did you snap? What did you want to show within your snaps? You know, pictures, videos, whatever you want. So Alan, start off. What did you guys want to bring to the table?
Well, it was really fun. We just went around and just followed our lives really throughout the day, whether it was class, practice, just the small things. Packing for our road trip. It was a road trip for us. It was unique. So everyone got to see how we travel. So I thought the best part was just getting the teammates involved. They were really excited to get on the Snapchat, of course.
Yeah, just show them like the little things we do every day, like after practice, ice bath and recovery, simple things like that that athletes need to do to stay on top of their game. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, for me, I just wanted to give. But yeah, for me, I just wanted to give behind the scenes look at Stanford football. I know a lot of people haven't seen the new locker room and our new weight room, so I know I made a point to do that. And I got fortunate because it was signing day the day I did it, so I was kind of able to keep people updated with some new recruits and what was going on signing day.
I was the first person to do the Snapchat, so I took it upon myself to show a lot of the really unique aspects of Stanford's campus. Where I live is really close to the lake. I wanted to show everyone Tressiter and the quad, and then once I finished my classes, I showed them the locker room, kind of got more comedic, you could say, with my teammate in the laundry bin, and then went to the men's volleyball game that night just to support all sports.
So, is my image showing? Okay. So I'm kind of getting to know this as I'm going through the process right now. I've just started like a couple hours ago. So I would say that so far I've tried to just, make sure I'm getting to give everyone a glimpse of how beautiful the campus is, which still it's nice to do that again. I'm trying to show off that I have friends and I'm actually kind of social. Because, I mean, honestly, the real day would probably be me sitting in my room, but I'm going to try to make sure that people don't get the wrong impression. I'm going to show, try to highlight some of the upcoming things. I showed a picture of we have a game this coming Friday, and eventually I'm going to go to class because I guess we're also students here. And then I'll probably show a little bit of the practice we have coming up, and hopefully make it funny in the meantime.
Yeah, I kind of did some of the same things with just showing the campus and what a day in the life is like going to class. Showed me and my teammates in the weight room. And then after that, we did some trivia. I tried to kind of have a back and forth with the people that were participating and also just like tell them things, cool facts about Stanford that they might not know. And then we finished it off with some kind of cool trick shots in the gym.
So for a lot of athletic professionals, Snapchat can be kind of a scary place. There's a lot of negative connotations that go along with the app. We'll start with Brittany on this one. What did you think when you found out the athletic department had a Snapchat and that you had a chance to take it over? What were your first thoughts that went through your mind, and what did you kind of think of the opportunity?
Well, I'm a huge Snapchat user. I use it so much every single day, so I was really excited, and Reg knew that, so she nominated me to be the first person to do it. I was really excited because I only use Snapchat for positive opportunities and interacting with my friends, showing them places that they usually can't go to, but being able to see it I think is really cool. So I was really excited for the opportunity to show everyone Stanford's campus and get a little personal with everyone, so they felt like they were right here with me.
Same question goes to the rest of you. Anybody want to chime in? What did you think of the opportunity? What do you think of the department in general of having a Snapchat account?
I guess I'll take this one. I immediately tried to jump on the opportunity because I thought it'd be a cool way to show off how kind of our personalities as a team. And on men's volleyball, we don't take ourselves too seriously, being that not many people play our sport, and we just, I don't know, we lucked out big time. And I also think it's a great opportunity to show the positive things associated with Snapchat. Many times it has a bad rep for, getting people in a way, or showing people in a light that they don't want to be shown in. And when you take control of that and you understand who your audience is, then I think it's a very powerful tool that can help highlight your team and highlight a different aspect of your team besides the athletics.
I guess I can add on that. Just kind of going off of that. Yeah, I was just kind of thinking back to my days as an early high schooler, middle schooler, what it would have meant to me to follow, go Stanford on Snapchat and see kind of some of my favorite athletes, in their everyday life. So that kind of motivated me to put out good content, just thinking about all the kids who could be doing it.
Yeah, I mean, especially on our team, I know all the guys are big on Snapchat. So when they figured out the athletic department of Snapchat, everyone was really excited. And they actually all wanted to try it out, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I also have my own personal Snapchat that I use, and I just thought it would be a cool way to connect with more people and to connect with the fans and kind of get some feedback for the in and outs of the day at Stanford that they wanted to see.
Lili, we'll start back with you on this one. Obviously, you had a lot of interactions. You kind of played a riddle game with a class. I think it was your elementary school class throughout the day. What sort of other interactions did you have on the app? A lot of people might be scared, to one-on-one interactions. People send you some different things and have the student athlete open to those interactions. But what sort of stuff did you get on the app?
Well, the interactions I had with a lot of the fans were overwhelmingly positive. We had a game coming up, so there was a lot of good looks. A lot of people asked me just about the recruiting process with basketball. They asked me about academics at Stanford and SATs and just kind of those personal things that high schoolers may want to know about Stanford and about how to apply, things like that. And then I got some, what's the best thing about Stanford, what's the worst thing, and just kind of those personal questions that you may not be able to read up on in a brochure, but you can ask a real person.
Yeah, and same thing goes around. What sort of interactions did you guys have? Did people talk to you on the app? Did people send you pictures? What did they send? What sort of stuff did people say when you said, "Hey, I'm doing this Go Stanford Snapchat"? What kind of reaction did they have?
Yeah,
I talked to one kid who said he went to my high school that lives out here now, which I thought was crazy. And like Lili said, he he's a recruit or a high school football player, so we just kind of asked him about the process and how he can get on the coaches recruiting boards. So it is good to be able to help out kids that who were in your position or kids that position you were in just a few years ago.
From my experience, I got a lot of kids or girls that played volleyball not necessarily near Palo Alto, and that was really cool. They were just more young fans being like, go Stanford, or like, we love you, Brittany, like, we love Stanford Women's Volleyball, because on our social media platforms of Stanford Women's Volleyball, on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page, we really promoted it. So I had a lot of little volleyballers, and I'm happy that they were there, and I'm happy that it's expanded to all other sports that we have.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny because there was just a bunch of people who would respond, whether they were people our age or people who were or little kids who play basketball, just asking funny questions like, how do you jump so high? What do you do? What do you practice? And small things like that. And it was cool to be able to give them feedback, or just, they were guys, adults, who would just say, what's up, go Stanford. And I just talked to them too, so it was fun.
There's actually one kid I met. He's a really avid fan of me and my brother, and he's just very engaged. And like throughout the whole day, I kept in contact with him, and basically I was just giving him a lot of tips about basketball and tools he can use for his game, make him better as a player, because he's in high school right now. So that was really good, able to help somebody, enhance their game through Snapchat. So I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah, and to clarify for all the athletic people out there, we specifically said to every student athlete that they don't have to interact with anybody. They don't have to open anything that they get through Snapchat. It was just completely up to you. If they wanted to respond or even look at it, they could ignore it all day. So most of them obviously chose to look at this stuff and had overwhelmingly positive experiences, so that was good for all of us to hear. So obviously we're trying to hit the younger demographic with this. If you can check out nerdnation.org/Snapchat, you can see a lot of the things that people said to us on Twitter or Instagram throughout the day, just responding and tweeting at our student athletes or our team accounts about what sort of stuff they liked. Or Lili had a trick shot competition, so a lot of people got involved with that. Some other reasons we really like using Snapchat is storytelling. Maybe go around the room and kind of talk about what kind of stories you guys told, especially Lili, obviously a sports riddle, but you kind of had the whole story of your trick shot competition. Can you kind of go through how that was and kind of after class type deal?
Yeah, so the trick shot competition was really fun. We were originally just going to do one shot per person, and then we kind of had some people tweet at us or send back snapshots and like request shots that they wanted to see, vote. We had some one-on-one requests between me and another teammate, so that was really cool. And just like telling the story of how we got to be where we were. Like, I'm a military kid, and there were some other military kids that Snapchatted me and were like, we move around too much, we may not be able to, have a coach see us, and just for them to see that we were still in the position to be at Stanford and to, be so blessed and grateful to be in that position. So that was really cool.
Yeah, so another reason we like using Snapchat is that it can be super fun and kind of a lighter setting. You can be funny, you can be sarcastic. It's not as serious as even the Twitter or Instagram, which aren't really serious to begin with. So Daniel's actually doing our Go Stanford Snapchat today, if you want to take a look at that. Daniel, you've done some funny stuff today. Can you just kind of talk about the tone or the mood that Snapchat has for maybe somebody out there that's not a user?
Well, this is actually, I don't really use Snapchat that much. This is so I'm new to this as well. But I assume that the original purpose of Snapchat is to make sure that you don't have to, filter a photo. You don't have to touch it up and make sure you look best. It's supposed to be kind of a transient type of message. And I think that so far I texted a photo and I texted a picture of my face, or I guess I put it on this story, and when I woke up, I looked absolutely horrible. But I didn't look good. I don't know. I thought it would be funny, and I got some good views on it. And another guy sent a Snapchat also. He said he just woke up. I don't know what the how we move society forward with that interaction. I think it's very funny, and if it means that guys can take us, can enjoy seeing us more than athletes, that's awesome. And I've tried to go around and just try to poke fun at some of the things that Stanford students funny. Like if you go in the quad, there's always tourists in the quad, and I try to just try to show off that we're not these amazing people. We're just another. They're always taking pictures of students, and I think it was kind of cool to just kind of poke fun at that. If I'm funny, I'm funny. If I'm not, then I absolutely fail. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. I'll probably get some feedback from my teammates who are going to be hypercritical of me, but so far they said good things.
So a little bit of background on when we started this app. We started in the fall during football season, and we would snap during games and kind of show some behind-the-scenes stuff during games. We were getting like maybe 400, 300, 500 views per snap per game, so not great numbers. But then once we started doing these takeovers and the student athletes' voices kind of spread and they talk to their peers, we're up to nearly 2,000 views per snap now, which is pretty good numbers for us. We're a smaller school, smaller enrollment, and somewhat smaller fan base, obviously still Division I, so a decent number of fans. But we feel like 2,000 views per snap is pretty good because the engagement level is so high on these snaps. I mean, when you're looking at the snap, you're looking at the snap. It's a little different than a tweet where you may be scrolling through somebody's timeline. So I'll throw this one over to Brittany. She kind of got the majority of these people on board. When we started at 400, by the time she did it, she was the first one to do it. We were up near 1,100 or 1,200. So kind of how did you spread the word? Even did you at all? People might know how to spread the word. And how cool was it throughout the day to see those numbers keep piling up?
Yeah, so one of my really good friends who goes to UCLA, we always have like competitions to see who can get like the most amount of likes, most amount of views on our personal accounts, which is like kind of embarrassing, but whatever. And so on my own personal Snapchat story, I storied, hey everyone, like go follow, go Stanford. So that was just like my friends from high school, maybe some other student athletes. And I actually was filming the Circle of Death, which if you weren't following that day, it's just like this big traffic-y circle of all the bikers. And one of the old gymnasts, Alex Archer, I like told her, I was like, oh Alex, like follow me on Go Stanford. She just yelled it at the top of her lungs, and probably 50 people heard. And I was just really persistent to anyone I saw. I was like, hey, follow Go Stanford. If I didn't know them, they kind of looked at me funny, but I hope that it actually worked. So I don't know. And Reg also did a really good job of putting everything on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter page, like I already said. But it was really cool to break 1,000 views by the end of the night. That was I feel like a really big success for the Snapchat.
Yeah, a couple people have said on Twitter with the hashtag SportsComp that they like seeing the unique perspectives of different settings. You know, we had the Allen.
Yeah. So while I was watching, I guess on ESPN or whatever, it would show the Stanford commits. So I try to get a good picture of that. But as far as my signing day goes, yeah, I wanted to post just some pictures from my signing day, the ones that I thought, were best fit, the occasion, and some of my favorites. I posted a picture of my family, and I know, no one would know who they were, and so I made sure I tagged everybody, which I thought was kind of cool because I'm sure people were curious. And then my little brother Terrence, a really good picture was taken by I think somebody from the newspaper. That was I thought really adorable. Me and my little brother, so I made sure to share that. But yeah, I just wanted to show kind of what experiences athletes. For us football guys athletes have, on signing day. It is a life-changing experience that, I was able to share mine and some of you guys' experiences on Snapchat.
Throw this one to Lili, and maybe a couple of you guys can chime in. But what do you think is something, now that you've been through the whole process, that you might do different, or you might be able to to shine some light on how to do this for somebody that might be thinking about doing it some other athletic department out there. So Lili.
I think that I would have shown maybe more of the dorms and maybe more of the dining halls, just because those are things that all Stanford students experience, not just athletes. You know, we all eat together, we all live together. There are no like athletic dorms that are separate, and it's just, I think that's nice to be a part of the entire student population, because you have your teammates and your athlete friends who you're going to communicate with, but getting to know everyone who comes to Stanford with different talents is something that, you know, is really a perk of Stanford.
Yeah, so thanks to Lili for joining us too. She's actually out in Berkeley. She's prepping for a game tonight. She just got done with shoot around. So huge props to Lili for being able to get right off the court and run in here. So anybody else, what sort of things do you think you might be able to do differently, or how to expand this sort of takeover idea?
I guess I'll go. I think the more and more I'm realizing it, I'm getting I get the snaps from some fans, and I think it'd be cool if there was kind of a portal or something besides Snapchat itself, where you could kind of talk to these fans, because I think having a conversation on Snapchat is kind of a hard thing to do. So if and like I don't know how to communicate in that way really, between like just images back and forth. If I open it like an hour ago, I might have forgotten what he said. If you had a legitimate question, so maybe a portal of some sort where people can kind of filter their questions and kind of have some banter back and forth. Just more interaction with the fans in facilitating the interaction between the fans.
Cool. Last one here. We got a few guys that need to run to class. We got a question from Twitter. What type of content did the students find were best received? Maybe what did your friends say? Oh, that was awesome, or something along those lines.
I'll take this one. I was the first person to do it, so throughout the day, I actually ran into some soccer players when I was coming to practice at 3 o'clock, and they were like, "Why are you being so serious? Be more funny." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I tried to be a little more like comedic, and I really liked what Lili did the next week of being a lot more interactive with the fans. I thought that was really cool to get on a much more personal level. And then I think the twins did a good job of being funny, just kind of showing their team bopping around before practice and in the ice bath. So for next time, I definitely would do something more just interactive, showing off just like us being natural in our like everyday like vibes.
I think we got the most views when we like involved the team and just like did funny things together, whether it's in the plane, the bus, things like that. And we get a lot of feedback saying like, I'm trying to get a picture of so and so asleep. You know what I mean? Just small things like that. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
I think I'm going to try to have the most views tonight. We're going to probably have a dance competition in the locker room afterwards, kind of see who's boss in that department. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know we have some to having their cameo performance on Snapchat, so hopefully that gets some good feedback.
All right, so if that doesn't give you reason to follow Go Stanford on Snapchat, I'm not really sure what will. Before we sign off here, I just want to give a few shout-outs to some other organizations that have started Snapchats, and reason why I kind of started doing this. The Saints do a fantastic job. Talked to Alex with the Saints a couple times about what they do. San Francisco Giants and Major League Baseball with the games and contests they run. Be sure to check those out. And also Kyle Bruce at Eastern Washington. Shout out to you for reaching out to Alan and myself and starting an account of your own. So thanks everybody for checking us out. Follow Go Stanford on Snapchat.